Thank you. Still, people don't see the difference. I mean, I have been speaking about Takaful since 1985, and at the end of my talk, you say, okay, I don't see the difference. Where's the difference? I think we need to bring out the latent strength of Takaful, which you cannot see with the eyes. You have to see with the heart. Now, I've talked to customers from the customer's point of view, and value is always from the customer's point of view. And customers see the value if we can explain to them the dimension of Takaful. And one of the hidden strength of Takaful is the spirit of mutuality, the tabarruk, and again, because it's a good deed. Look, you buy insurance, you get protection. Okay, Takaful can give you protection too, but with tabarruk, you are doing a good deed as well. You're not just thinking of yourself. You're thinking about, it's not just me, it's we. Okay, here's my contribution. If somebody dies before me, use this money to help him. This is my tabarruk contribution. I think if we have failed to explain this very simple concept of tabarruk to the customer. Again, I want to allude to my thesis that I did in 1999. I asked the correspondents, have you heard of the word tabarruk? 95% have not heard of the word tabarruk, and they were Takaful participants, mind you. But 95% heard of the word mudarabah. So that was our failure. That was our failure. We promoted Takaful based on surplus. And just now, Shahril rightly said, should we be promoting this surplus? Is it necessary? But the hidden strength of Takaful is in the tabarruk. I feel the solidarity. I feel that we have not explained that enough. The customers can feel this. If they can understand this, they will not be talking about price anymore. Okay? Yesterday we were talking about pricing. I mean, if you want to donate, why ask for a quotation? Okay? Look, when the tsunami hit Southeast Asia in 2006, the whole world came to the aid of the Muslims in Aceh and everywhere to help. But that was after the event. Takaful, we tabarruk too, but before the event. How can we make the customers see Takaful just like they donate after the event, but get them to donate before the event, before the calamity happens? I think that is the challenge for us, to make them see this, because the customer, of course I'm speaking from the Muslim perspective, okay, if we can explain the benefits in this world and the next world. And again, it's not just a Muslim thing, helping other people, it's a human thing, okay? Everyone helped the people in Aceh in 2006, not just the Muslims, everyone. How can we go back to this fundamental principle of tabarruk? I think that is the key to this branding. We may not call each other Takaful, okay, never mind. But I think we have one common spirit that we should promote, and that is tabarruk. Okay, so I'd like to call Dr. Alberto to maybe expound on this. Thank you.
Well, no, I will just share one thought with you, because I think it's more important to listen from Shahril and Sameeul than myself. I've already spoken enough. I just wanted to share one thought with you. In Western Europe, we should not be afraid of what we are. Takaful is Takaful, full stop. Takaful is not the Sharia version of ethical insurance or whatever of other ways of sharing risk. Takaful is a brand on itself, and of course we have many issues about what is a brand. But I keep hearing, preposition of not using the word Takaful because it's difficult to pronounce, because it's people don't know it. We should use what you're using, guys, in Indonesia. What is this? share insurance. Yeah, I think we should be true to ourselves and use mudaraba and musharaka and all those words. And this will help very much, to push forward the agenda of Takaful. And Shahril, you're the boss.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning to all. I think in any discussion on globalizing the Takaful brand or whatever it may be, actually half the things this morning have been said by Lord Sheikh and Abid Shakil. There's a lot of things that we've been talking about, and those were very clearly mentioned that we've not really done much in those areas. Having said that, I would think it goes back to the key principles of when we talk about globalizing Takaful brand. When we talk about what are the challenges, what are the issues, it goes back to the same things. It goes back to number one, in terms of the critical mass, the need to market to non-Muslims, Sharia compliance, re-Takaful capacity, and so on. But I would like to speak on one area specifically, which is reaching out to non-Muslims, because here is where I'm able to share a little bit of our experience in Etiqa, in the Malaysian context, and also I'm going to mention on the Singapore context as well. If we do accept the premise that to clearly go out to globalize Takaful, that we must also be able to accept that we need to have that appeal to non-Muslims as well, which after hearing all our colleagues here and at the various Takaful conventions every time, that is not an issue. In the Malaysian perspective, if I were to share for Etiqa and also for the larger business, Takaful business in Malaysia, now nearly 1/3 of Etiqa Takaful's new customers for family Takaful are non-Muslims. And this figure is growing very much. In terms of general Takaful, we are seeing a lot of non-Muslim risks being written by our Takaful entities. A good example, and these risks are getting more and more complex. I have my re-Takaful colleagues here in this room to testify. Last year, for example, we wrote Malaysia's second airline, AirAsia, the entire fleet on Takaful. And this is something we're very proud of, because all the while it was on conventional insurance, but last year we were able to convert that to 100% Takaful cover. And which shows that it's a business. It's how we run the business, and the acceptability of the consumers and also the business interest is looking at it as a business. And if I were to give the example of Singapore, Singapore is a predominantly a very market-driven Chinese non-Muslim based community, but it has three companies providing Takaful cover now: HSBC Insurance, NTUC Income, and also United Overseas Insurance. And despite the fact that about close to 90% of the population of Singapore are Chinese non-Muslims, more than 22 or 24% of the present Takaful policyholders are non-Muslims. And in fact, according to Oliver Wyman, there's one Sharia-based investment-linked fund which captured 50% of non-Muslim participation. So this is something very interesting, which I see as empirical evidence that we can actually reach out to the non-Muslims. And I would like also to touch to what Mr. Ajmal Bhatty mentioned, which is something that I'm a very strong proposition of, and this is something that we can use Takaful as a platform, which is micro Takaful. Out of the 100 poorest countries in the world, only 30 have some form of micro insurance or micro Takaful in one form or another, and these are not necessarily the 30 poorest countries. Now this is an area which Takaful, we have an advantage, we have an edge to go in, and we can go into it very quickly, especially on the principles of Tabarruk. So this is something that we should be looking at. And the major reinsurance companies, Swiss Re, Takaful, Munich Re, Takaful, they've already come up with various programs on micro Takaful, and we we are actually working with them to help small businesses, and also we have micro takaful flight cover that we are rolling out right